It has been raining here on and off for about the last, 10 days or so, and we are getting some flooding.
What we really want to do is show you what areas are really affected by the storm and what areas really aren't. The recent flooding in Flagstaff is due to our wildfires earlier in the season and last year. Those wildfires leave behind burn scars, which means the ground can't absorb the water, and there's a lot of debris left behind from the wildfires. And so when the flash floods come down, the debris comes with it.
We are buzzing around in the Jeep because we want to kind of do a little report on what's going on with the flooding and all the issues. We've had a lot of issues here in Flagstaff. First stop is Coconino Estates. This area was highly affected by the burn scar and the flooding.
This is Schultz Creek. Wednesday, the first blast came down and plugged this culvert. See how far it's backed up?
Yeah, I can see it.
Over here, and then went over here.
Yep.
And then just down here.
It went straight on down this path.
It went straight down this side. You see all the stuff and crossed and then went into those neighborhoods there. See how it's fire scarred? This is debris from the fire.
Yeah, it's all that sooty, dirty water, but it's sooty.
We're probably 2.5 or 3 miles from the top of Schultz Pass here, and this got blown down to here to plug this culvert. And I think you'll get some more video on the way down on the right side of the highway. You just saw what it decimated those neighborhoods there.
So again, we are on Fort Valley Road, also known as 180. This is just a apartment complex, Northwood Apartments, and that is a water bladder that they're filling up with a fire hose in lieu of sandbags. This area is kind of dead center on where this water comes down, as you can see from Schultz Pass.
The Rio de Flag is a river that runs through Flagstaff area. Now what you're looking at right here is indicative of what happens when there's some runoff. But make no mistake, 24 hours before we took this video, this was completely overflowing.
We are going to take you on a driving tour west to east from sort of an area we live in all the way to the east part of Flagstaff.
You'll get to see our cute little town that we love and call home. This is the route we're taking you on, and we're gonna just point out little stops along the way.
Yeah, this is driving along Route 66, old Route 66.
Yes, that very classic and iconic road that everyone knows about.
Yeah, and we're rolling towards downtown Flagstaff. If you take a left turn here and spend about an hour and a half to 80 miles, you will be at the Grand Canyon.
And we just passed Northern Arizona University. That is our local college, one of 3 universities in Arizona.
Something like 30,000 kids, I think, are there.
Something like that.
Yeah, really beautiful campus. And now we are truly in downtown Flagstaff, still on Route 66.
This entire historic downtown area is where Flagstaff really began. In fact, we've done all sorts of videos in this area, so make sure you check the links below in the description box. We're going to put links to videos we've done over here, but also to a lot of the resources that you can find specific to flooding and otherwise.
Busy downtown.
Holy Moses, it is busy down here. Just goes to show.
There were a ton of people downtown this weekend. We noticed it was crazy. No longer a secret, Flagstaff. A lot of people have found it out, even with all these reports of flooding.
The flooding, the wildfires, you can't keep people away from our town. One thing that's important to note is that up in Flagstaff, we get hit with monsoons every time around July and August. And they really hit mid-afternoon, last for a little while.
And we count on them because we need the moisture very, very badly. You cannot grow tall ponderosa pine trees without water.
So as much as we need the rain, we also need to mitigate the rain. So I want to again direct you to the description link below because we're going to show you some of Flagstaff's plans to mitigate flooding in the future.
And most of our water comes from Lake Mary. So literally we get our water from runoff that powers the water in Flagstaff.
We headed through the Sunnyside neighborhood to check on a couple of listings that I have there. And then we headed out east past the Flagstaff Mall and onto another area where there has been some flooding. Time for a quick coffee break. Pretty excited to be hanging out with us.
Matador is one of our favorite stops for coffee. They have one on the east side and the west side of beautiful Flagstaff.
Yeah, so if you're going to be in town, definitely stop. You can pick it. They do all their own roasting. It's pretty good stuff. We're starting to see a little bit of rain come down, but it's not too heavy yet, so we're going to continue on into DONEY Park.
We are rolling up on the SANDBAG area where you can actually get sandbags in the DONEY Park area. There is a lot of information about sandbag filling and how to lay them and how not to lay them, which is really pretty important so you don't divert the water the wrong way. If you need sandbag information, there is a link below, as well as information for Flagstaff, Coconino County. There's a lot of information about sandbags because they're highly important.
I'm going to take you through a drive through the DONEY Park area. Understand that this section has been pretty heavy hit with flooding as well. You can tell with all the sandbags and the standing water. This standing water is not from this day. It's actually an accumulation of the last couple of days.
Horses in the front yard. It's probably that size.
Hi, sweetheart. You're playing with us. Zoe is all about this German Shepherd right here.
And Jackie and I and Zoe were making new best friends. Hello. We don't know this area from a flash flood standpoint, so we are headed home.
Flash floods are certainly nothing to mess around with. We did watch some videos from a meteorologist on flash floods in the Flagstaff area that actually he recorded the same day we recorded this, so check the link below. You can see the storm clouds covering the top of Mount Eldon. And speaking of covering,
Cover your finger over the alert and the subscribe button right now.